Aaron here from Goddard Venture and Goddard Garage. You can see some of the remaining clouds from Hurricane Helena behind us. Charleston, South Carolina didn't get hit too hard, but it was definitely pretty awe-inspiring to feel the outskirts of the storm and how powerful it was. We definitely still have some trees and flooding, trees down and flooding in the area. Thankfully, the Goddard household passed through the storm pretty much without any damage. Today I wanted to kind of fill you guys in with a new channel partner. I contacted BTECH, which I believe is the rebranding of Bofang, to see if they would be interested in sponsoring our build with this GMRS 20V2 handheld, or it's not a handheld, it's a mobile GMRS radio. And the reason I contacted them about this radio was because all of the controls are on the hand unit, which is going to allow me to stash the control module, or whatever you call this right here, the power module, down and out of the way, giving me a really clean look in our Passport. This will eventually live in our Passport. When I was trying to work on the final configuration for the Passport, which will be a permanent install, they did end up sending me what ends up being, I think, probably the easiest to install radio system with an external antenna. Definitely works with the first gen Honda Pilots, but I'm sure it'd work with pretty much any vehicle. So I'm going to walk you through what you need to buy and show you how to install, how easy it is to install it. And I can already tell you, we used it on a trip and it was so cool having an antenna outside the car so you have better reception, and having this hand unit magnet mounted. So I actually glued a piece of metal to the back, just like a cell phone magnet, or not metal plate, and then you just purchase a cell phone magnet mount for the vent. And when you do that, it makes a really easy way to mount your radio to your air vents inside the car. So let's go over the models here. So again, GMRS 20V2. It is only a 20 watt radio. For me, I am valuing the form factor over raw power, and I want a really clean install when I go to put this in the Passport. And then this magnet mount antenna, as you can see, it's very strong, and it's also holding down this plastic. It is the model UT72G, and it comes with an adapter that connects it to most handheld GMRS radios as well. So connecting the radio is very straightforward. You literally just unbox the hand part, you screw it in, careful, and then the power adapter, which just plugs into your cigarette outlet, just plugs in, obviously. I'd recommend probably keeping the antenna unplugged, and you've got to find a place to put it on your car. So for me, on my last trip, hit it in this nook right here. I had the antenna kind of pop up there. I'm not sure if that's the best for reception, but that's what I'm going to do again, because I can route my cable through this little crack here, down and around and into the car. With this super temporary setup, you are just going to kind of shut this cable into your car door. We ran through rain and it didn't leak. You can see it does kind of put a little bit of memory into the cable, but I don't think it's a big deal. In fact, to be honest, it's the way it's designed to be run, probably, because you won't be running this type of connection through a firewall. This install is going to be so easy, I bet I can do it one-handed. So, of course, I've done some fiddling around with this before, but for me at least, I just fish it underneath my rack here, let this more or less drop down, and then just find a good spot, let it sit. Like that looks good. And then pull this cable around my rack. Probably most Honda Pilots, you could just connect it somewhere in this area right here, and this routing is going to work really well. You literally just throw it on the floorboard here and let it fall down next to the seat belt like that, and then around. We'll put that right there and get the other part of the unit. From here, we'll start by connecting the cell phone magnet holder I found that this location right here worked pretty well. It was in the way of the shifter a little bit, but not too much. So we're gonna put it back there. It vibrates. So we will just stick the hand unit part onto the magnet. If you put it in the middle, it gets in the way a little bit, but if you just stick it to the side just a little bit, it ends up being just about perfect. Now we're gonna take the antenna and push it in. There's a little bit of resistance, a little bit of friction, but you just get it to where it can thread in. All right, and this is the part that's pretty cool. So after you get the power in, right here, on this 2007 Honda Pilot, which I think most first gens would probably be the same as this, you literally just tuck this unit into this cavity right here and make sure the power cable is ready. But then you can just bury it like that right there. And as you can see, I now have a radio, a functioning radio. Turn it on here so you can hear it power up and stuff. And there we go. One thing that was pretty cool was it's got this scan feature, which I know all radios have it, but it was the first one that actually worked really well. I had my other hand unit that I have, and I just hit scan, made some noise on the other unit, and it found the radio frequency, and it worked a charm. Worked really well. I do need to get a little better at using this unit. My first review or critique is that without reading the manual, which I need to do, changing the volume was like I could only figure out how to do it through the menu, which was a little bit clunky. It'd be nice to be able to have just a dedicated button for the menu or for the volume. I think it's holding a button and then using it the up and down or something. I'll figure it out, but I'm still learning that part of it. But as far as the form factor goes, that's pretty sweet in my opinion. And I'll just take you around. My wife got in and out with the cable the way it's run, and you know, really wasn't an issue at all. You can, oh, we got here. Let's see if we can.
This afternoon, tropical storm conditions expected. Partly sunny.
Just use the scan function to.
Showers and thunderstorms.
All right. Well, I hope you guys found that useful. I know for me, heading up to Overland South and All-Wheel Drive Festival coming up soon, having an external antenna is really going to help us communicate with the group. And this unit, I believe the main unit costs a little bit more than $100, and the antenna, I think it was like $40. I'll have to go double check, but probably a pretty good value. And for a first gen Pilot, I don't think you can beat that ease of install. And overall, I think it looks pretty good. Another really cool thing about the Nagoya magnet mount that I'm using is it comes with this adapter, which adapts the external magnet radio to a lot of different handheld radios. You simply unscrew the stock antenna and screw on the adapter, and then you've got you know, a 5 to 6 watt radio ready to send out. I'm definitely really thankful for BTECH for partnering with the channel. Our channel is not very big, and you know, we don't have a lot of disposable income with our family of 5. So these partnerships really do help us out. They help get us kitted up, and we can kind of show you guys some of the products and try to give you some real life examples of how to use it and what we think about it. I definitely am not biased. Like, we've got the head unit right here in front of me, and I'm gonna make a review about it. It's not gonna be beautiful. I do think it's worth buying potentially, but there's definitely a lot of downsides to it. We're gonna be making an actual permanent install video for the Honda Passport. And to be honest, I'm probably gonna pick up another one of these radios for the Pilot, because this install is so easy, and the cable running through the door really isn't a big deal. It didn't get in my wife's way at all. So we'll catch you guys on the next video. Aaron, out.